All right, GM friends. How's everyone doing?
GM. I'm doing
GM. Good.
Yeah, it's been a good week. Busy week, but a good week. Of course, you guys have been shipping. Um, Looking forward to hearing what you've been working on this week. And yeah, it's been good.
Yeah,
Hey,
we'll get into it a little bit here.
GM friends, can you hear me?
GM, yeah.
Okay, cool. Just making sure I have sound this week because last week I broadcasted without sound.
Are you back home or are you still in New York?
I'm in New York until next Saturday, so I actually fly out during the hangout next week, so I won't be present.
Gotcha. Yeah, how's it been out there?
Do I sound like a robot?
What's that?
No slow-mo robot today.
Oh, good. It was doing it this morning, so good. I fixed it. All right.
Man, I wish I could have sampled some of that.
I would say go get the recording from last week for me, but I don't have sound.
Oh, we missed it. Oh man.
I think it was 2 weeks ago, actually, so we might have it on. Yeah.
Zombie, are you live streaming through the studio? Oh,
I am.
okay. I'll head over there actually. Man, I hope the studio one day is like a place in the Gotchiverse where we have to meet up. Like, let's go to the studio.
Let's go to the studio. That's awesome.
All right, here we go. Nice.
Yeah, how's everybody been?
I've been good.
Good.
Lots of AI tools. Been looking around and testing things out this week with that.
What's the most impressive tool you found so far that you're like, wow, this is just amazing?
Honestly, it's probably the Dow Lens tool that we spoke to the founders of that project, and we actually met them at Eat Denver too. So we spoke to them, and they took us through the whole Dow Lens modules that they have for. It's basically an AI-enabled DAO manager, and so it looks at all your proposals, looks at all your DAO discussions, your discourse. Basically looks at your whole DAO, and you're able to ask it things, and so it's able to summarize posts. It's able to do comparisons. It's just like it's like a governance co-pilot almost. It's kind of cool. So I was impressed by that.
Was there like a recording for that?
Yeah, actually, I live streamed it. I can post it in the chat here for anybody that missed it.
Looks pretty nice. The UI they got going on.
Yeah, totally. And I think they can even do custom UIs as well. It's not in this version, but something that they're gonna eventually, I'm sure there'll be something available for that. Here, let me go look at this. How's your guys' week been? What have you guys been up to? The Pixel Craft doors.
There's a lot of stuff going on that we won't necessarily see the fruit of it extremely soon, but a lot of stuff is in the works. Nice. So I'll just say one word: Slama. He's been since he came on the team. It's a lot of really good conversations about the gaming side of Aavegotchi. It'll be trickling out over time. It's been really fun having him on the team, and just brainstorming a lot of the new mechanics for Aavegotchi going forward from his perspective, right? So, it's been a very cool couple weeks, and just been a lot of shipping. We got the 100K Twitter followers. We got GBM auctions out this week, which is that's been in the works for quite a while. Finally got that up. We got the Square PFP. Cool to see that. And let's see, I think those were, and we got a new kind of meta to try out today in the Gachiverse arena. So it's actually we shouldn't be putting anything out this week for the arena. We're kind of 1 week early, but it was ready, so we just said let's go.
Yeah, I'm particularly excited about the GBM just because Orium is petting those gachis, and I take it as a great compliment that we are the official petters of Aavegotchis in the GBM contract. It's not, there's like maybe 10 of them in there. It's not like a huge number, but it just feels kind of cool.
Yeah, exactly. I remember when we did the bridge. Guess who was doing it? I think it was Yannick who was doing the petting for the ones in the bridge, and still maybe is. Not sure who's petting them on the bridge anymore, but there is someone doing that. I think maybe it's Orium now. Maybe they switched over, but yeah, it's really great to see Orium stepping up and taking care of that for everyone, because that was one of our main kind of the blowbacks we knew we were going to have with it. Like, people are going to be bummed that their gachis don't get pet because they're being auctioned for that. It could be a day or 48 hours or whatever. So yeah, it was really cool to see Arnani and the gang stepping up, and thank you to Orium Network for making that happen.
Yeah, thank you for letting us do it. We are, we're Aavegotchi maxis over here, so it's like, hell yeah, we'll pet some gachis. We got you guys. Yeah, is anything other things that happened for you, Coder Danger, this week that maybe isn't completely like you divulging alpha, but with some fun stuff? Anything quirky or unusual that like brought a smile to your face?
Well, one thing we've really been busy with this week, I can give a little alpha here. We have been choosing it's called implementation partner for the SuperNet. Basically, how it works with the SuperNet is Polygon recommends about half a dozen different providers, and they give different proposals on how their kind of budget and their proposal for setting up the SuperNet. And so we've been doing interviews with all the really cool partners. A lot of big names in the space are implementation partners of Polygon. So I don't know if I can say much more than that, but it's been pretty cool process getting to know the different teams, and we'll be picking one pretty soon, which means that SuperNet is about to start going into production here pretty soon. Not production by actually live, but we'll start working on it in a real way and start moving on the technical side pretty soon.
Yeah, that's exciting. Gachi Chain is definitely going to be a thing in 2023, and I look forward to it.
Me too. Yeah, it's definitely, I don't see any major barriers for why we couldn't have it in 2023.
Yeah, that was a good part about all the discussions we've been having with the infra side, and there's no issues with the timelines we're showing them, and some of the unique stuff, like how dynamic our NFTs are. It's like there's some quirky stuff, but all in all, it should be very, very doable. So we're pleased with the confidence level of everyone we're talking to. I just dropped a link here for Jason Chu.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Golden Cross, you dropped some fire in the chat here.
Well, just want to draw attention to it. It's nice to see this feature up and running, and it's nice to see someone with a very prominent Aavegotchi putting it to use right away. If you click on it, you'll see this is he's had this for a long time. It's never been sold before.
Oh, wow.
Level 7 XP. Yeah, good everything. BRS score 554, not too bad. And 6 bids in so far, 2 days to go. So putting it to use.
Oh, I was referring to the artwork. Is Jason Chu's fake gachi that you got up there? That's up on GBM or will be up on GBM also, I think.
Oh, the animated version of it?
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe he is, but if you click on that and click through, it literally goes to the actual Aavegotchi. Yeah. So he's putting the new feature to use, and maybe that's good feedback for him. He might be giving a fake Gotchi impression when he should just show off the real deal here.
Well, I think I saw this
that
in the
is pretty
queue,
cool.
actually.
Maybe he's doing both. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check it right now. I think I saw that. I think we were looking at this actually yesterday. Let me go see. I think it's a 1-of-1 too. Let me see. Let's see here.
Oh wow.
No, sorry. I'm just making things up. That is not
Hallucinating.
true. Yep. That's a. I hope that manifests. I hope that happens. But no, that's
You
I
must have
was totally
dreamed that
making
one.
that.
You're just waking up.
That was, yeah, it's a Hefe fever dream special right there.
Yeah, it's you wake up and then you think it happened, but it was all a dream. So yeah, it was fake. It was a fake dream. Totally.
Yeah, which you can now collect on Hefe's lens, fake dream, #1.
Well, I don't know if it's good or bad, but that means there's a real Aavegotchi up there, a pretty potent one. So Jason's putting it to use here. Just to alleviate, I'm taking a screenshot here. I will make it easy for anybody that's not clicking links for whatever reason, and drop in the actual Thor here with the stats. So I don't know. I can go look and see how many other Aavegotchis are actually being auctioned right now. But yeah, Thor looks great. Great one to kick it off. And maybe there's some others.
Another cool feature you guys might have noticed, which is almost done, and there's still a couple of tweaks we got to make, is when you drop a link from the new dap.aavegotchi.com. I can hear my echo on someone's computer. Said Hefe maybe. It has like a new cool preview. So like if I drop this one, it says API shades, and it gives you the bid, how much longer is in the auction, and like nice little preview. Which before it was just like a picture of the shade. It was pretty generic. So we're gonna be rolling that out pretty soon, app wide. So Aavegotchi should look really nice when you post it into Discord and Twitter, Facebook, whatever.
That's nice, because even if people aren't clicking into it, they can actually get a nice summary right there right away, and it might, answer some questions, and I'd be more likely to click on it, quite honestly.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's bid, there's time remaining. That answers half the things I need to know.
I think the marketplace. Let's see, does the bazaar have that as well? Oh, lots of good stuff available in the bazaar this week. I was having a look. You got the Staff of Creation, the Black Axe, and the Hanzo Katana, all in the bazaar right now. Might have to ape, and I do see, and a boat as well. I have to ape, guys.
Ooh, are you grabbing a Stanny boat? Is that what I heard?
That's a lot of godlikes.
Why don't we auction those off, guys? Put them in the auction house. Let's do some price discovery.
Yeah, that would be a lot more interesting. Mix it up.
Actually, let us know too as live streamers. Like I would love to do the opening for the godlike item and the closing last couple minutes.
Hey, am I the only one that's using 1 hour auctions? I love it. I know it doesn't give many eyes a chance to get on it, but it's quick. It's like fast liquidity, and I feel like I'm getting close to what we get on longer auctions. At least from the bots who are bidding up,
What items have you auctioned 1 hour? Like I imagine fake.
Every auction, fake gotchis. I've done it with wearables. I've done it with a gotchi.
With a gotchi. Oh dang.
Yeah, with a gotchi, it got to what the floor is for, I guess, gotchis in the on the auction place. One I did with wearables on it, and it got to the floor plus with what the wearables were. Another one I did, I actually had to call back because it was at 280 ghosts for the gotchi, but with the wearables, it should have been like closer to 320. Mm-hmm. So I canceled it and just sold the wearable separate. I had to pay the little fee, little learning experience for me, but Yeah, no, 1 hour seemed to work, but I don't really see a lot of them.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. It just makes it feel like it seems like even though there really is nothing different other than the time frame, it feels like a more degen move, like it's gambling almost. Like, all right, we're throwing it up for an hour. Hopefully hopefully the bot's awake at least, you know.
We should auction items off on our live stream, just passively. If you want to put an item up for 2 hours, I'd be glad to cover that over the course of a show. Be something to keep an eye on for sure.
Yeah, for fakes, I think it's a great use case.
Yeah.
I don't think you can do a 2 hour auction though, because I was looking into that. I think it goes 1, 6, and then 12 and 24, if I'm not mistaken, and then longer periods.
Yeah, could do a 1 hour. 1 hour could work also.
Yeah, a little degen mode.
Yeah, for sure. I think Soju's done a couple 1 hour auctions during the hangout before.
Yeah, I've seen those. Those have been good because I think the banana piece. I was the second to last bid, so someone outbid me, and I was trying to explain to my girlfriend at the time, like I almost bought a like a drawing of a banana taped to a wall, gotchified for like $800, and she's like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was close. I wanted it, but I got outbid and didn't have more ghosts. And it was just like, she's already like confused by all this. But that was like, I showed her the image. She thought it looked cool. But I was like, yeah, I was about to, the digital version of this. I would have been the only one in the world that owned it. It's a trip sometimes trying to explain this stuff.
Where are we at right now? Are we in the Gotchiverse? Are we going to the arena? I know Chair is going to be doing an epic drop today, so maybe spending some time in the Gotchiverse would be interesting. Chair, if you're in the audience, I would love to get some of the alpha, sir. Let us know where you're doing these drops, because I've heard that there's going to be hundreds of ghosts worth of Alchemica being dropped over the next few weeks here. So, and I know he was thinking about the hangout, so he might be here at some point. And we can. I'm just gonna follow Chair basically the whole time.
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the infinity keys, but there's a lot of new followers coming to Aavegotchi these days. Maybe it's. I'm wondering if it's coming from the infinity keys thing that we're doing, the collab. Is there like a stipulation that they need to follow Aavegotchi to join in infinity keys?
Yeah, there's a gotchi pack out right now, and there's a number of steps you have to go through. I think some of them like follow the Twitter, and there's like little activities you have to do to get the key to your. And I think so. They're giving away 5 Aavegotchis, but it's going to depend how many of these Aavegotchis they give away is going to depend on how many of these keys get minted. So we're trying to get them to mint 999 packs. So 999 people go through this process and get the key. And that'll unlock all 5 Aavegotchis to give away, and some other great prizes too. So, that's fun. I've been doing the Infinity Keys packs and getting my keys. It's a good way to get cross pollination too, because they're involved with other projects too. I think they have some lens packs out there as well. So, people from other ecosystems might see the Gotchi pack and might be familiar with Aavegotchi just as a brand, but not more than that. And then doing the Infinity Keys pack, it kind of allows you to kind of get involved on a deeper level. Oh yeah, look at that transistor. You've done 46 puzzles, 12 packs. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Infinity Keys has been pretty great. I'll just drop their website here too for anybody that wants to check that out. Get your.
By the way, there's a ton of proto-licks in the arena right now. It's like it's insane in here.
I'm gonna have to jump in there. I was gonna say also, I think part of this follower increase could be the Gotchi Miners tournament. Is that over or is that still going?
I think it might be over now.
Yeah, so that, every time I came into the Discord, there was just a lot of attention being given to it. Like, people were very excited. So I think that definitely, like, the power of the arcade was definitely on display this week by the success of Gotchi Miners.
And I noticed our Twitter has hit 100,000 followers. So it really, it really is been growing significantly. It's very noticeable over the
Yeah.
last month and a bit.
Well,
Well,
really,
it's funny.
just like this last week is when we really noticed, and that's when the Infinity Keys activity started. So I kind of putting two and two together. I'm wondering if it's related to Infinity Keys.
Yeah, I'd love to get some stats from either Chair or Magic if they're around and see how many of these packs have been minted so far. Because yeah, that would be telling for sure. Overall, guys, I think it's just we built out so many things on the project, and we're getting to a point of I think it's an inflection point maybe for Aavegotchi. That's what it feels like to me, where people really are realizing that Aavegotchis are not only the OG project, pixel project on Polygon, but that we have all these other, layers. It's like people are starting to go down the canyon now. They're starting to make their way down and realize that, Aavegotchi is not just the cute little PFP, but there's actually more substance now to it. I think that's kind of what's happening.
Yeah, and the Gotchi Miners is a great example where it's like it was just really fun. Like it was a really well done game, and people got sucked into it, and it was very shareable. I think it bodes well for the future as a model. And I was talking to Gotchanomics and their team afterwards for a little recap. I do have some numbers here. He said that he probably couldn't join the stand-up today, or not the stand-up, but this hangout. But he passed on some numbers. He said over the 7-day period, March 29 to April 5th, they had just under 3,000 unique visitors. So that's pretty good. 2.95 unique visitors to their site. So not too bad at all.
Nice.
And yeah. And then the total data served, I guess this comes into their costs. 227 gigabytes. Sounds pretty expensive. Sounds pretty good. But 585,000 total requests. So yeah, it's highly active, and there was about 3,000 unique people making it happen over a week.
That's incredible. Like, shout out to that team. They just killed it. I mean, I think I was one of the first people. I don't know, Future might have done one too, but I definitely put out a Gotchi Miners guide out in the early days of their development when they had their V1, and it wasn't multiplayer or anything. And now they've come a long way to where they are now, and I've just been so impressed by the quality of their shipping lately.
Yeah. The last interesting part here is they've got a little line chart for the different days that had the most visitors. And so maybe there's something to glean from this, but the first day, the kickoff, had the most visitors per day. And then it kind of downtrended until Saturday, and there was an uptick there. That was the second busiest day. So I think that probably ties into the hangout and it's the weekend, something like that. But pretty, not too volatile. If this was a price chart, it's kind of like choppy, just going right across. So I think that's good. That also says that there wasn't a big drop off or anything like that. People were probably coming back. So yeah, visitors per day, pretty even across the board. Little pop on Saturday. Yeah, it's fun to crunch the numbers after these types of events. I see the Infinity Keys link dropping here. You got the portal packs going. Those are so beautiful. That big throne.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh man.
Also on the follower front, probably got a little boost, more visibility with our blue check, and now I think there's the gold check gotchis. That never hurts. Playing by Elon's rules now.
Got the super boost. Yeah.
So what are some of the benefits of having the gold check? Is the gold check simply like just a flex, or is there more to it?
Yeah, there's probably something in there in the algorithm. I didn't see anything about a gold check in the algorithm, but I guess it's just a square PFP and you get a gold check. You can also, like we've gotten Gotchi Guardians and Gotchi Chain also have the gold check now, and I think we'll have Pixelcraft Studios, if it doesn't already, we'll also get it. So you can add affiliates. It costs extra every month, but you can get kind of gold checks for all your kind of child accounts as well. Pretty cool.
That's cool. I know we were talking about Aavegotchi DAO because we do have a Twitter handle for it. So maybe even Aavegotchi DAO could get their
totally
get their gold check eventually.
Yeah.
Look at the chat here. Nadio, man, crazy. 200 fake gotchis. Officially the top
That's
collector.
epic.
That's crazy. That's a pretty nice collage too. Hats off, sir. 200. Making some of the best art and then collecting all the art as well. That's a tastemaker right there. Are there any good fake gotchi auctions happening right now? Maybe I should hop in and take a look.
I won a couple last night. What did I win? Go back and report on my winnings.
Oh yeah, Coder Dan, weren't you on the Spaces with QuickSwap yesterday? And there were like 5 fake gotchis we were giving away.
Yep.
Were you there
Yeah,
for
I don't
that?
know how. Yeah, I was. I let people know. Not sure who we were supposed to be giving those to, but I did let everyone know that Gotchi Gang is giving out some fakes. It's definitely cool.
Yeah, we scooped up a couple just for that purpose. I think there was one from Soju. There was top of my head here. I'll have to go back and look, but yeah, there's a tweet with, you can see who's in there actually if we look at the tweet. We got to do more of that, I think. Just get fakes into more people's hands all the time.
You see, I just posted 2 of Stellar Hobbs 1-of-1 pieces that have been up for auction right now. One of them, they're both ending in 2 hours. One is at 203 ghost, and the other one's at 185 ghost. So,
Ooh.
1-of-1 Stellar Hobbs pieces.
That's good to be aware of. Ending very soon. Okay, that's no accident that it's ending during this hangout.
Yeah.
1-of-1s. Nice. Stellar's like, I don't know, just always getting better. Like, I mean, he started as like one of my favorites, and then like he just keeps surprising me. So I feel like his style's evolved a little bit too with these. It's really obvious with the latest ones. Like before, didn't he have kind of like the ink, kind of the black outline and then coloring it in? And like here, it almost looks like colored pencil to me from far away. You know what I mean? Like kind of.
Yeah.
Really,
It's like
really nice.
almost like a pencil crayon kind of texture.
Uh-huh.
No, I really enjoy it. And these pieces are, this is something I want to hang in my office. This is like, I think anybody, even if they don't know about Aavegotchi or about Cactus, the Cactus pet, they're going to look at this and say, whoa, look at that. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Even the clouds now, I'm just noticing that there's a cloud pattern over everything. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it could like work anywhere. You walk in a hotel and you're like, oh, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, honestly, I could imagine seeing some big blown up prints of this at a hotel lobby, hotel lobby or something.
A very trendy hotel.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, Stellar Hobbs. All right, I'm gonna have to. I might FOMO on that. That's pretty good. And of course, I've been seeing this one on Twitter from Soju, the Imposter Raffles. That's pretty funny. He's got such a good mimetic sense of humor. It's really, that's a good one.
The Raffle Sapiens.
Is that it? Oh my gosh.
It's the anatomical, Raffle Sapien.
Oh, Lagan, yeah. Ben Lagan's one of yours was also, I think, on the QuickSwap Spaces. Definitely. Which one was it? Speaking of raffles, it was the To Tame a Wild Raffle. One of my favorite animated pieces. That one's so good. So, and then just really quick here. Now I've got in front of me a knife and published by Angel vs. Demon, had New World. I always thought that was a very whimsical, very nice one with the stairway leading up to the portal door. Oh, and of course, Gotchi Bowls did a Chubby Gotchi Battle Arena. And one from Stomper. I always like Stomper's work too, with that kind of like 2.5D angle. Love to see a Gotchi built that actually looks like Stomper style. That'd be really cool. But yeah, those were all up for grabs, as well as Soju's Chad Gotchi. Everybody should have at least one Chad Gotchi.
Yeah, there's the Raffle Sapien anatomy there, Jesse. If you want to see the breakdown.
Oh, okay. I'm looking now. Evolved brains. Diet of mostly kek. Love it. Man, I don't know though. If I ran into a Raffle Sapien, like, I'd be like, whoa. It's adorable though. And
Yeah, it's still definitely not a person or sapien that you want to run into in like a dark alley. It's a little shady looking.
a little shady, like as adorable as I imagine this thing's like 6 feet tall. Like as
man.
tall it can get. Oh, so funny.
GM Lost Local chair. See y'all up here.
Hey.
Yeah, folks, my heart is racing. My blood is pumping.
Girl chemical
Hope everyone's
bags are
ready.
full.
So very, very full.
Oh, and we also got Lost Local up here. So I have a feeling some Infinity Keys action's about to kick off. Local, I know, has some updates that might be useful for everyone here, especially if you're going to NFT NYC. So let's try to get that alpha from Lost Local here while we can. Mic check. Oh, I think he's muted. Lost Local, are you on the stage, right? Okay, I don't hear him. Do you guys hear him?
No, we cannot hear you, sir.
No sound. Just if he hits Command R on my computer, it'll just refresh Discord, and usually that fixes my mic issues.
GM.
There we go.
Cool. Yeah, I was there. I could hear everyone, but I could not. I was in a glass box of emotion. Yeah, some updates on the IRL tip. First and foremost, this is totally last minute. Just got this invite last night. If any Gashi gang is in the Miami area, the goons are doing a meet and greet tailgate for the MMA fight tonight with a fighter. It's not one of the fighters fighting tonight, I don't think, but there's going to be pizza, beer. It's open for Gachi gang. So if anyone's in Miami, anyone's got friends in Miami, definitely hit them up and let them know to swing by. Info is in the chat. I'll be heading there. I'll be bringing Miami Gachi, so he'll be in the background. And yeah, we'll
everyone screenshots of that. You've got like the life-size Miami Gachi there.
Yeah, it's in my friend's closet right now because I'm staying at my friend's place with his family. So the kids like to pop in there to see him every once in a while. They're pretty stoked. They got a new roommate. But yeah, NFT NYC is this week, and we got a bunch going on. A lot of this stuff again is last minute, not by choice, just by circumstance. We are doing a pop-up with Magic Eden at a pretty cool boutique on Orchard Street. For folks that know New York, Orchard Street's like Hype Beast Central. It's where all like the boutique shops are with the super expensive sneakers. So they took over one of those stores, and we're gonna have a presence there alongside Krypton Goons and Kaiju Kings. So that'll be super fun. That's on the 20. Oh, let me check. I think that's the 23rd. No, it can't be. 1 second. Sorry, guys. But we should have some flyers and stuff this week. We're kind of just waiting on Magic Eden. Unfortunately, they're a little slow moving. So that's the 13th from 4 to 8 p.m. So folks that are in New York will be posting info about that in the Discord. And please come out. It'll be open bar. I think it'll be catered, not sure. Still waiting on Magic Eden. Additionally, next Saturday, a week from today, we are co-sponsoring a dinner with Board Supper Club and Krypton Goons. It's going to be like a super exclusive 30-person dinner. We'll be raffling off 3 tickets to that dinner. So folks that are in New York, definitely keep an eye open for that. Sign up and we can have dinner together next week, which will be nice. And then Polygon also has a little happy hour going on. Still waiting on details for that as well. We will be sure to share all that info in chat, but that's the one I have the least information on at this moment. And I think that's it. Outside of that, definitely slide in my DMs if you're in New York. We'll make sure you get into any parties or events we got invites to, and it'll be good to see Gotcha Gang.
Cool, nice. Just a lot going on there. And I just shared the info that I had drafted here. It includes a link to the Board Supper Club. Russell, was that accurate? Is that the actual host to this, or is that totally unrelated? I just added it in.
Yeah, no, you nailed it. So Board Supper Club is, it's a community-run business that launched from a couple of apes. I'm not an ape holder. I'm not too entrenched in the ape community, but I do have a handful of buddies that are, and a couple of them started this company, and they basically do these kind of like exclusive dinners around these NFT conventions. They did one up in the Hollywood Hills for NFT LA. It's kind of just like a small, intimate event that I think it's good for us to get some Aavegotchi branding out there and just get to talk to some people in a little bit of a more, walled off community. So it's a nice little cool company. They're not doing massive events, but they definitely do thoughtful, interesting dinners, which is cool.
Make a memory, right? That's what we're here for.
Exactly.
Experiential, see and be seen too. That's always good. People, I think you were telling me the last one, like Nate Alex was there, some other people like that. So, you never know who you'll bump into at these things. It's always a good time.
Yeah, I was at a table with Nate Alex, and that's when I met Nathan from Magic Kings, and I was like, just sat there quiet because I felt like a total fraud. But I don't make millions of dollars trading NFTs, so but it was cool. It was a little bit of a fanboy moment for me.
Cool. Do we have a head count? If you're in the chat here and you're planning to be in New York, or you're already permanently based there, whatever, like a little hand raise, or just definitely hit Lost Local up and make sure we can get you guys in there. So that'll be pretty awesome. Plenty to do in the city this week.
For sure. Holla. Yeah. I'll be hanging out on this chat, but I'm actually packing right now. So I'm going to go ahead and mute myself. Definitely any questions, slide into my DMs. I'll keep an eye on the group chat as well.
Before you go, we got one other update. I'll drop a link to it here in a minute. You've been talking a little bit to Rizzle, right? Our friend Rizzle. And I think.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yes.
Rizzle.
I totally wanted to mention this, and I forgot.
This especially is appealing for anybody in the fake gotchis focus, any artists, any collectors. I love that Rizzle's like always been a fan of the fake gotchis in particular. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So glad you mentioned this. So I was chatting with Rizzle after, I guess it was Denver, and he was looking for some sponsors, and they were doing some stuff like sponsored frisbees and like water bottles and stuff. And we were trying to think of something a little more interesting that we could do to incorporate gotchis. So Pixelcraft has sponsored this 4x8 foot canvas banner, and we came up with like a really basic like some basic art direction. I'm just digging through some messages here, but I'm gonna drop it in the chat because there was a tweet. Some of you probably saw it.
I think I got the Rizzle tweet out, unless there's more.
Oh, no, that was it. So the picture in that Rizzle tweet, you'll see it's kind of just like this, almost like coloring book, black and white, gotchi image. And over the course of the weekend, they will have art supplies that Pixelcraft sponsored for people to like color in and add their own, elements to this gotchi inspired Gotchi Rizzle Fest banner. And then we have a photographer on site who will capture that, and through a donated fake gotchi card, Rizzle will mint the banner as a fake gotchi NFT. So it'll be a cool way for us to have some presence and a little bit of an interactive experience for people that are there for the weekends while they are expanding their minds in whatever way they choose to. And it should be a lot of fun, and we'll get a really cool piece of Aavegotchi art out of it in the end.
That's super cool. As long as nobody draws anything ignorant in the corner or something,
Yes, absolutely. For
Rizzle,
sure.
I'm sure anybody attending Rizzle Fest is good people though, and it'll be really cool what comes out of that. There's no doubt about it. And
I agree. And this is also a great use case for the queue, right? Because it won't make it to mint if it is not gotchi and safe. So.
Very good point. Yeah. The queue will have to work overtime that week to analyze the mural.
For sure.
And this is in Tennessee, right? So not sure. Does it overlap with New York on the dates? But maybe no futuristic. I wonder if you've been considering or was aware of this event. It seems like it might be relatively close to you. I don't know, depending where everybody is. But this looks like a really cool event. I like the idea of crypto camping. Like Web3 is always like in the city, and this seems to be like flipping all that on its head. We get out and touch the grass.
Yeah, I was looking at it. I'm looking at potentially stopping there on the way back west, but I have to move out of my condo, so I'm trying to figure out if I can do that. But I may try to stop there on the way back to California from New York, because I think it kind of overlaps at the end. It looks awesome. Either way, we'll get some good media from the folks on the ground.
Oh, absolutely. And I think you are now unmuted, No Futuristic.
Okay, yeah. Just want to make sure my mute is. Oh yeah. So I talked with Rizzle. I think that the place where they're hosting it is like it's from my house, like if driving. So I think it's the tickets though are like $900 or something like that. So I do not have a ticket.
That is yeah. There's a lot of overhead and cost, I'm sure. That's so city or no city, that's NFT events always have really high ticket prices. That doesn't change apparently. Cool, man. Well, we should. That's in your backyard. It's crazy. We'll have to find I don't know. We'll have to figure something out. It doesn't seem right.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a sponsorship deal where we should be able to get at least one ticket for someone to show up.
Yeah.
So no future. Let's back channel on that.
Get to the bottom of that one. Cool. Well, super excited for all these events, and just knowing that Gotchi Gang is going to be everywhere. Maybe not to the scale of ETH Denver, but every city across the U.S. right now is getting a little bit of Gotchi pills all around. Chair, what's going on with Infinity Key? Should we be hopping in the Gotchiverse right now and hunting for you, or
No, not yet. I mean, you definitely can, but you might not have any luck. As soon as the hangout is over today, we'll all be going over to the Infinity Keys Discord, where the drop will commence. It's easy to find. People can click on my profile to get pertinent links to get in there. We have about an hour of fun scheduled for directly after this hangout. So no rush. We're all here together now. We'll all bounce right over to the Infinity Keys Discord just as soon as we're ready here, top of the hour or whenever we're ready.
Nice. And just to make easy button, don't be afraid to drop any direct links to that Discord if people aren't already in there.
Definitely drop it in the stage chat. So get ready to fight for some, well, not fight, well, not the whole time.
And the picture Rex just shared, that is the
Damn.
of Infinity Keys, right? That incredible drop.
Yes, this was Thursday night, and it was the biggest drop of the 4 sort of leading up to today's event. And we're really testing the boundaries. Now we know for sure that Alchemica drops in a perfect radius, unless there's a wall. And then the wall will cut that radius, and it's beautiful.
So perfect. It's amazing. It's like a crop circle or something. It's like,
And it very nicely doesn't drop on NFC displays.
yeah, good
Yeah,
point.
folks.
That beautiful Nounsdow piece which recently dropped. I don't know if any of those are being auctioned, but I think you can find those on the Explore page, right?
Yeah, I
definitely
think
wanna scoop those.
those are going to be for sale, if I understand correctly. Bloom is going to be selling those in the marketplace exclusively. There might be some auction as well, and certainly on secondary once they start going. But Alpha drop, and I'll get into it a little more. There will be some Infinity Keys, now Nishgachi, puzzle action coming at you all very soon. Maybe right after NFT NYC even. So if you see one out there, grab it while you can.
Man, another perfect circle. Nadiel dropping this one all FUD. Looks like it's pure green. These are some of the this is the fun of super chats, right, Dan? Like we never saw this before, but now somebody has the power to just like go in and really test those boundaries, like Chair was saying.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's a lot of fun. We've had about 20 or so folks in for the previous 4 sessions. The more in there, the more fun, certainly, especially once we get in the arena and really start tangoing. It's really fun to watch is if you dump a bunch of Alchemica in the arena, it speeds action for hours. It's really hard to leave, especially if you dump more than people can take out. If it's going to take a few trips to go in and out, it creates a wonderful frenzy of action, which we've seen before, but paying attention to it from the dropping side, it's even just like a very fair small amount of Alchemica can spark an hour of action in the arena. No sweat. Planting seeds of division and unity. "11 minutes to go."
Hey friends, getting word that the Tree of FUD is on the move inside the Gotchiverse again. We all know what that means.
Let's get in the Gotchiverse.
By the Tree of FUD on the move, you mean one of its many
One of its
roots?
many roots.
One of
Exactly.
its tendrils.
The tendrils are moving.
What part of the Citadel are we seeing or hearing rumor of sightings?
I'm hearing rumor that Northern District 1 Portal Mage scouts have retrieved samples they are referring to as sacred.
Oh man. Do we have any Portal Mages in our group here? We need to get them on board here. So
Where's
let's
Brill?
yeah, where's Brills?
Wait.
Lead the charge.
So maybe we would spawn at Mage Town? That would make sense. That's District 3 technically.
I think you're on the ball there. Mage Town sounds about right.
And I've
Although-
heard I've heard there's also a little bit. The raffles have made it a little bit easier for us to find them this time.
Ew. Thank you, Raffles. What did they do?
Friendly raffles. Hey, I'm in Mage Town. Dropping in. I see something on the map.
Oh, okay. I'm also loading here. Oh yeah, there's like a we got the homing beacon of sorts. There's a little something going on there. I just saw Lord Hills too. Just spawned next to me.
Nice.
I'm gonna follow the mages.
Going on a wild goose chase.
I'm bringing my best gotchi for this, just in case.
Yeah.
I got Agent 69 on the case. He's gonna take care of things.
I think we gotta go towards that there's a little radar indicator.
All right, let's go.
Agent
Onward.
69 and Agent 00 need to come together.
I think
Mhm.
so.
Ooh, a little bit of alchemic on the way too. Love that.
I will say this homing beacon is pretty clutch right here because it's like, oh crap, I know where I'm going. I don't have to like look at these obtuse like 10-digit numbers to figure out where my latitude and longitude are. Also, are you hearing echo from me when you guys speak now?
We were earlier. Now it seems better.
Okay, yeah, I think I turned echo cancellation off.
Oh, there you go.
If you do spawn in Mage Town, you got a little bit of a hike, so I dropped some alpha along the way. You'll know you're
Oh.
I'm passing some alpha right here.
Follow the
Yeah.
breadcrumbs.
That's a
Follow
good
the alpha
a
crumbs.
little bit of, actually you're leaking a little bit of alpha there, sir. Maybe unknowingly, but there is something coming potentially next week related to some breadcrumbs.
Oh,
Oh.
on my travel day, damn it. We'd be in the airport trying to figure this stuff out. Oh no, the homing beacon's on the other side of the wall. Can I spam through it?
That
No,
wall
I can't. I gotta walk all the way around.
Wait, it's on the outside of the wall, or it should be the outside, right?
Yeah, it's on the outside of the wall. I guess I'm on the inner wall of District 1C.
By the way, I don't think that the raffle is going to be in the exact middle of that beacon. I think it's going to be somewhere near it.
Oh, okay.
So if you're going right to the epicenter there, I'm not sure.
we-
We'll see.
Yeah, fair enough. The beacon's almost perfectly on top of like a vortex, but
Right.
maybe that's meaningless too. It's not exactly.
Lord Hills, I see you next to me, sir. Heyo. We're
I think
just
I'm
chilling.
slow. I think Lord Hills is way ahead of me.
I'm gonna stop and
Oh,
pick
then
up
you
some
must be
alchemical.
behind me. Do-do-do-do-do.
Has
just
anyone
got-
made it there yet? Has anybody made it to the site?
I'm behind the wall. I got right there, but stuck behind the wall. So I'm walking around the wall now.
Oh, I just
Luckily,
found Gotchis. It's nice to reunite with you guys.
Yep,
Me
somebody's
and
running
Joshua
by.
are racing. But I'm gonna run out of AP, sir. Oh man, I'm out of AP. Oh, I got wrecked. Oh, you're out too. Nice.
I'm already, even if it's not exact precise, I'm already liking this this homing beacon a lot.
Yeah.
I was so lost last time. This is nice.
I
Well,
had
would-
to teleport last time.
Would the homing beacon work? Like if I were on the opposite side of the Gotchiverse, would I still be able to see the homing beacon? Because like I'm in District 1, so it kind of makes sense to see it. But
No, it wouldn't. You wouldn't be able to see it.
okay, yeah.
Until you get closer.
Oh snap! It looks like a lot of you have already found it, and notice something different this time. The raffle has a new message. We need,
Raffle's a little bit different this time. We're gonna.
we need
something
9
going on.
more friends. Oh,
He's
you're not
like,
giving up the info.
no.
9
Okay,
more.
found the
friends.
vortex. We found the vortex. Is it above the vortex? Yeah, it is. It's right above the vortex. All right, let's see what this bad boy looks like. Zoom in.
Nice. We got some friends coming. Oh, I got
Yeah.
the gang.
How many more?
Cavalry is inbound.
Yeah.
I don't want to miss it. Wait for me.
Father's grumpy today. Come on, Raffle. Oh, here it comes. Boom.
We hit the magic number. I'm out of AP. I'm so screwed.
Uh-huh.
So I'm the first.
Is it District 1B? Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Closing in.
Gotchi party. Raffles on top. I love you, Daddy.
Oh, I found it. Finally catching up to you guys. I gotta get a faster gotchi.
We got a nice audience.
Yeah. Wonder
It's a
what-
nice, nice group of gotchis hanging around at this.
So
That's
should
great.
should I read the clue?
Be a shame if someone dropped a bunch of Alchemica.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and read this. So
Oh,
Ralph
sorry.
says, "The sky will fall."
I would. I'm preparing over here. Oh, sorry.
I'm going to read this now. The sky will fill with fierce protection, yet that does not ensure survival. Keep a wary eye on your rival to know when damage is to be dealt. Know when damage is to be dealt. Keep an eye on your rival.
I like how the second and third line rhyme, and then it's like protection and dealt. Let's see,
He's holding his cards tight, this Raffle. He does not want to give up too much alpha at once.
Father wants you to win, it says.
where do you see this reference to father wants you to win? Where did that come from?
The Raffle little chat blurb just blurted that out.
Oh,
for you.
really?
Yeah.
If anyone has ever lived in Southern California, they might know that Casino Morongo also wants you to win. Sorry, I had to do it.
Is that a paid show?
No, I just used it as gambling addict.
It's the next Infinity Keys quest, the casino version.
The casino pack.
Yeah. You got to find the blackjack
Actually,
table where
yeah.
everybody wins. Yeah.
Are we like collecting all of these parchments and storing them somewhere collectively as a community? 'Cause I think we're gonna have to assemble them or something, right?
Who's our archiver here?
That's Broken Tide Nerd. We need him to get on.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Z-Fi has been keeping them too. So Z-Fi's been keeping the alpha for
Right.
us. Every weekend we meet and talk about it.
Good.
Oh, breakaway. All this keck. Oh, it kicked me out. Dang. I'm going to have to walk back.
Wow, 250 keck. Oh, man.
These are big blocks.
Only we had like hearts right now. We could just shoot at each other.
Take it to the arena.
Yeah.
Do we still have the last location button? Like, hey, bring me to the last place I was?
Did that go away? I thought we didn't. I don't think we got rid of it on purpose. Not there anymore.
I just don't know where it would be. I guess because you're picking parcel first and then gotchi. Maybe I have to pick a parcel and then on the gotchi. Yeah, it's not here anymore.
Man, I got a protolic. I really want to drop a protolic right now. Spam Citadel won't let me yet. Okay.
Yeah, we initially had said no fights in the Gotchiverse. That was going to be a peaceful place. But let's just say some of these protolics made their way out of the arena and couldn't find their way back. So, you know. now
Well,
we got
there's no
protolics.
gotchi fighting.
No gotchi
on-
fighting.
Yeah, yeah.
No gotchi on gotchi violence.
No gotchi and gotchi.
Mm-hmm. But we can kill other things: turkeys, pumpkins, ducks. Eventually, hopefully.
Hopefully. Well, duck hunt.
Yeah, little fragua. Oh, there's so much. I gotta walk over back to where you guys are, but there's so much alchemico on the ground over here, so it's like be a few minutes late.
I just did a here to the secret roots.
Thank you, Mr. Raffle.
I'm
Those
trying to
dreamy
like this
eyes.
Is that the real Coder Dan here next to the root, or is that? I gotta zoom in. I think it says
Yes, sir.
Cobra Dan. Okay.
No.
Hardcore has a couple versions out
Oh,
there.
really? I am here.
It's really
You can-
you.
It's me.
Wait.
I'm waiting for this. Yes, sir.
You could tell by the OP axe that he wields.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't get one of those so easily.
Yeah, right.
You haven't done a codeine, Dan, yet? There's a fake gotchi idea. That's for the streets. You can have that.
Yeah,
Someone run with that.
That'll be with the under the developer series for Solana at ETH Denver. The meth rap, the rap meth.
Codeine. Coding Dan. Oh yeah.
Codeine Dan with his purple raffle.
Or
Okay.
you know, do somebody make a you know how like other side Board Ape Yacht Club they have codas. So we could have a coda Dan, and it'd be like in the style of that of their character.
There we go. That'd be some good, interpretive art. Get a fake Gotchi up there with Coda Dan. One of their codas in like a red plaid shirt.
Yeah, I would love to see a noun Dan, because you rock the glasses, so having those noggles would look
Yeah,
pretty
man.
cool.
How do you get a noun?
They auction one off every day.
Right, but how do you? I mean, how do you make it about a certain topic? Like, how do they pick their topic? They just
Oh,
open the dictionary every day and hey, we should do.
today's a pineapple, I guess. Yeah, I don't know actually. Maybe that's where the DAO comes in, right? Maybe the DAO is deciding what groups of nouns are being minted.
I'm not sure, but it would be cool if the code already knows what nouns are coming. Like, or maybe it's randomized. Maybe it's VR
Noun generator.
every day.
Yeah.
They
Well, someone's got to make the art,
Right.
which
Mhm.
I assume it's not stored on chain either. It's probably is it on like IPFS or Arweave or something
I'm not sure.
on chain? That'd be cool. Loving this Gotchi gang. Hang out around the roots today.
This is awesome.
I'm almost there. Still
Going back
walking.
to our roots.
Yeah.
Going back to our roots in the Gotchiverse.
The animations and not being able to exit out of it is not gonna lie, a little bit annoying. I have to give some feedback to devs on that.
Yeah, like trying to exit by using the hack of going to the build mode has kicked me out. Like it did the same thing last week, so it's like, all right, I just got to get stuck. But it's because like you drop Alchemica, and then it's like, oh crap, I got to get away from it. Oh, Coder Dan, I had a question.
Yeah,
Sorry.
okay.
Well, it was going to be related to whitelist and I guess spawning on parcels on your whitelist. Is that ever going to be a possibility?
No, I don't think so, because it kind of defeats the purpose of having bounce gates.
Yeah.
Because anyone could just whitelist themselves, and then there could just be like a massive whitelist with everyone on it, and then we would all just be able to spawn on each other's parcel. So we're not planning to add that. I don't think we really need that.
That makes sense, yeah, with the especially with the bounce gate utility. Oh, what is this? Oh, this is another partner parcel. Which partner is this? It's like a big flamingo.
Flamingo DAO.
Oh, there we go. Okay, that makes. I remember when we onboarded them. Yeah, I've never walked by their parcel.
Yo, by the way, they were really, really cool. They're a group of really dope people, and they appreciate, enjoy art. They have the long, long vision, and they're stacking collectibles. And if they don't have any gotchis in their collection, maybe it's time for us to start. I think I have a few friends in there, so maybe there's like a tactical way to re-engage Flamingo.
They own a huge partner parcel. I wouldn't be surprised if they own a nice stable of gotchis, but I'd love to hear what their collection looks like for sure.
Flamingo, if you Google Flamingo DAO, I don't remember if it's flamingo.dao or something, but it's pretty cool.
All right, we got Blooms up here to give us the alpha on how nouns are created. Because I'm curious. Hey, Blooms.
Yo, what's up, guys?
What's up, homie?
GM.
GM, guys.
What's happening?
Yeah, so little bit about nouns. So how the nouns are created, it's kind of like what they were discussing in the chat. They're indeed based off the block hash. So everything, all the nouns are stored on chain, and then they're generated based off like the hash from the next block. So you can check out FOMO nouns.wtf, and that's kind of the mechanism that we use to mint the noun for the next day, because it's basically just chosen by what block that you settle on. So a lot of the first nouns were not as aesthetically pleasing before this piece of infrastructure was built. And then that is kind of how the noun square and noun o'clock, that whole daily Twitter space kind of came about. And that's been rolling for, months and months now, like 10 months or so. So yeah, go check that out. You can kind of like see them roll across the block and all that.
So the art is like already made, and all the art that's ever going to be made is uploaded, or like.
So it's actually composable. So there's a piece of infrastructure that was also funded to get built. It's called composables.wtf. And it's like a whole marketplace of different traits that you can purchase, and you can actually upload those, like compose those into your actual noun, or any sub-DAO that uses the noun's infrastructure and is like has the contracts forked. So that's definitely a cool piece of infrastructure, because it kind of gives the opportunity to change your noun, and that being the case, it's a pretty crazy part of the it's a pretty crazy part of the project, being that I don't think a whole lot of people have used it, but you can basically just buy whatever token on the floor and then change it to whatever you want, essentially. Because like I don't know how closely you follow nouns, but like last week we sold a factory. Hold on one second. We sold a factory, and it was all black and had black noggles, all that, and it sold for double the ETH that the day before sold for. So that they've been selling for like 26, 25 ETH roughly, and I think that one sold for 51, 52.
Cool, yeah. I'll have to read more about it. Sounds pretty cool. And you're making like a fake gotchi now with nouns, right?
Yeah, so I launched a fake gotchi with nouns, so definitely gonna want to go ahead and scoop one of those. Giving a little alpha out. There's gonna be a prop house round built out of these tokens. So they're only limited to 100 right now, but any future drops to any future mints that we have will also be like airdropped prop house voting tokens. So we're gonna kind of have to do it like that for the time being. So yeah, definitely a little alpha there. It's still all in the works, but yeah, to be I'll let Infinity Keys kind of chair down here, kind of drop a little alpha on what we're working on together.
For sure. We'll definitely drop more during the Alchemica blowout. That's happening right after the hangout. Everybody should be going to Infinity Keys Discord right after. And we'll be focusing in on nouns and the nounish gotchi and what everyone should prepare for. Yes, very excited, to say the least. Nouns ecosystem kind of blew my mind. The more I look into it, got a lot of gotchi-esque qualities to it.
Oh yeah.
So
There's a lot of overlap to be had, a lot of synergy to be had, as well as there's just so much cool stuff to be done with the nouns ecosystem. So I definitely check it out. It's a fun one, that's for sure.
Yeah, somebody's making a rain Keck in the Citadel right now.
Snap. Where, still at the route?
Yeah, or somewhere nearby. I've been like just running with the wherever I see the spillover. Super chat dropping.
They're still like really active in the route area. Super cool.
Yeah.
This guy would just stop talking.
Is that Filipino that he's speaking? Because he's saying the same thing over. I know it's Kualungus, I think is the name of the scholar, but I'm like, is he giving him a prop or making fun of him? I can't tell.
When there's so many gotchis, it feels like we're like in the Matrix. It's like all the gotchis running around, chatting with each other, having their conversations. Metaverse, baby.
Yeah, just a nice collection of everybody spinning. Oh, but Alchemica starts dropping.
Oh no, I walked too close. Feels like the raffle feels like a siren trying to like bring me in. Let's enter build mode. Get out. Nice. That did it. We're gonna fix that. Shouldn't have to enter build mode to get out of the Ruffles siren spell. Chair, do you guys got something planned here?
yeah, if I don't want to cut the hangout short or anything like that. So like when the hangout is ready to cut, it is directly to the Infinity Keys Discord. If you're not in there yet, it's discord.gg/infinitykeys, or click on me and find the links in my name and my profile. But yeah, whenever we're ready, we can do it. I'm loaded and ready.
I guess after the hangout then.
Yeah, definitely.
I've been really taking notice to gotchi traits over the last couple weeks here. Actually spent some time in the arena and like tuning up my gotchis. Since rarity farming's over now, I'm not optimizing for BRS, and I'm starting to optimize for, like each Aavegotchi's battle mechanics. And so I'm kind of curious to know if you guys have taken a look at the battle mechanics, if there's a certain type of gotchi that you're liking, the ranged versus the melee, specific wearables that you guys like. I'm kind of curious to know what people are thinking. I know some of you guys have been real serious about this. Addison, for one, I've seen him in the arena all the time. So.
Oh, we were getting killed last night.
Oh yeah, me and you were hanging out last night. We were getting slayed. Actually, though, we did a couple of good team battles. So we had a couple 2-on-2s, 2-on-1s that went all right.
Yeah. Monty Python and India were just tag teaming. Which I'm pretty sure was hardcore. Monty Python is hardcore, but I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Monty. Well, I think Monty Python is T-Bird. Yeah.
Oh.
So friendly fire there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good time. I think I like spending time in the arena when there's like just 5 gotchis, because you can actually like set up little battles. So Nacho, I killed Nacho a couple times. I'll just say that.
I'm looking forward to potential team battles, 2v2s, and 5v5s where friendly fire isn't possible.
Yeah.
Something like that might be interesting. Or even handicap matches. A steel cage handicap match where the prize is tripled if you could beat 3 people by yourself, like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Do you guys think the like if it's 1v1, what do you think the optimum like time for a battle should be? Right, because right now they can be anywhere from like 2 to 30 seconds. I feel like.
Maybe you should do it like classic arcade games where it's a number of rounds. So the rounds could be quick, but you have to win like 3 of 5 or 2 out of 3. I'm a basketball fan, so 4 of 7 always works for me too.
Shrinking map sounds interesting.
I think if you can start far enough away from your opponent, if it's 1v1, that if you're much lower BRS, but can maneuver or do something tactical before they get to you, might even out advantage a little bit. You can go run and hide somewhere and make them come chase you and plan for that, and so on.
Yeah. Golden Cross. Well, I saw this on the main. We retweeted this very interesting looking tweet here. Is there any story behind this? Aavegotchi is riding with the bears. What's going on there? If you're able to chat, if not, it's cool.
I don't see him up here. Oh, he's he just put his bid on Stellar Hobbs 101. I got a couple fake gotchis that I'm working on that hopefully we'll publish soon. I was looking at Coder Dan. We were talking about AI tools. We're talking about DAO lens and stuff. But I found this. Actually, I didn't find this. This was Boba that found this, and he showed me this. It's a developer platform for AI characters, like NPCs.
Yeah, there's a couple of these sprouting out.
In world.
Yeah.
So, I've been kind of daydreaming a little bit about how these things could be useful for, maybe making Aavegotchi NPCs driven by like a language model,
Yeah, there's I've been looking into these as well. There's definitely some cool stuff happening in this. The tricky part is kind of getting them to actually know about all of our lore and story, but not impossible. Definitely possible to do. And then also getting the Aavegotchis to actually look like they're talking. But that's also in the works.
Nice. We got 2 GPT-4 driven chatbots in the GMI server right now. Actually, if you guys want to experiment, you can hop in there. We got SparkBot that's been developed by Community One, and SparkBot is it can do a lot of things, but you can just ask it questions about the Gotchiverse. And their whole idea that they have, what they're kind of envisioning, is a Web3 project could dump their white paper and they could dump their like Gotchiverse Bible and everything into the SparkBot's data set. And then basically the SparkBot would live in your Discord, and when you get new people coming to the Discord, they could ask SparkBot questions. Hey, what's the Gotchiverse? Hey, what's an Aavegotchi? What are the traits? Break down an Aavegotchi for me. and this thing will have a conversation with you in real time and kind of educate you on whatever you're asking it, based on the white paper kind of questions or content. So we got SparkBot installed. We're kind of testing it out right now to see how good it is, with answering questions and whatnot. But it's been really, really insightful, even beyond like just white paper stuff. What's the other one's actually, I'm putting it, it's my own bot. It's a GPT-4 chat bot called GMAT Oracle, and that is kind of being trained to be a creative companion. And so the idea of this one is you can bring it your ideas and kind of talk to it about what you're trying to create, and it'll try and push you and make your ideas a little bit better than, you know, what they'll try and suggest things to you, based off of what it knows about creativity and you know, different skill sets like music and art and that sort of thing. So that's the other one. So we got those two bots in the GMI Discord. If you guys want to test them out, they're available to use. I think my bot it might have run out of tokens, but I'll fix that and I'll make sure it's working for everybody.
Cool, yeah.
But you know, hey, Community 1 could be great for Aavegotchi. If we test it out and it's working really well, I think you guys should look at Community 1 SparkBot and see if that's something you'd be interested in, like feeding it all the Aavegotchi content, the white paper, the Gotchiverse Bible, and then it can just live in a channel on the Discord, and you know, we can direct newbies to that channel and they can talk to it and it'll kind of answer all their questions and stuff.
Yeah, that's they'd have to read more than just the white paper, but definitely would be a good start, right?
Yeah, you can feed it a bunch of content for sure.
Cool.
Yeah, Chair, absolutely. They got a bunch of other products too that we're looking at, hopefully trying out in the near future.
Yeah, Lisa is very cool, very intelligent, and very good, I mean, marketer among probably many other things. And she had a very smart campaign set up for their hackathon project at ETH Denver, which is Quest GPT. And so they went booth to booth, and they ended up at the Raid Field booth, which was where I was camped out most of the time. And when she laid out Quest GPT, it made sense immediately. And I didn't know about SparkBot at that point. We're also looking at SparkBot for Infinity Keys. Very interesting. Quest GPT also, I think it's the first iteration of it, like, will be going live in a few weeks, and it's a Dungeons and Dragons themed quest that's run by GPT-4.
Basically, AI run D&D master.
But it's so interesting is, what if it was programmed with Aavegotchi lore?
Yes.
And the quest was an Aavegotchi themed one, and so that's what's gotten me like, oh Lord, here we go. With Quest GPT.
Yeah, whenever you guys see cool stuff, definitely ping us. I'm looking at all the Twitter threads and things, and a lot of our team is looking at stuff as well. But there's always new projects. Hadn't even heard of Quest GPT though. Something neat.
Yeah, for everybody, I would recommend checking out Super Tools. That's one of the encyclopedias, like for all the AI tools, and the other one's AI Cyclopedia. If you check that one out, it has all these other AI tools by category. You can check it and kind of see what's applicable to you. But this is one of those things, I'll tell everybody in the chat, if you're not looking into this, if you're not trying to figure out what you're doing, you know, if you're not finding AI tools to make you better at what you're already doing, I think there's gonna be a point in the future where people who just kind of turn a blind eye to this they'll probably get left behind. I mean, that's what we're talking about with job replacements and AI. It's like, if you're not keeping up with it and you're not trying to implement it, somebody else is, and they're making themselves better with it. So I don't know. I've spent a significant time looking at my own skill sets and seeing if there's like AI tools that can make me do things either faster or, with less time. So, yeah, check it out. Jeff, spend some time looking at AI stuff. Yeah, I agree. I'm curious to know, like with game studios, how they're going to end up using AI to speed up development. I think that's going to be, a thing that happens.
Yeah, I've been trying pretty hard to get Midjourney to generate an Aavegotchi looking thing. It can't do it yet. It doesn't understand what a forehead is. But I know there's there's a way that you can kind of like train it. So I've been trying to play with that a little more. But so far, I have not had much success getting it to. Has anyone been able to get Midjourney to like generate an Aavegotchi, or like take an Aavegotchi and then remix it?
I've tried for months to get Midjourney to do something Aavegotchi like. From what I hear, if you're using something that's an image-based prompt, like you put in a picture of Aavegotchi, then like with other AIs, it will be able to produce something similar. But Midjourney, it's always been difficult. Like it usually just turns it into like a cartoon ghost.
Yeah, even if like I did the describe and I posted in Aavegotchi, and obviously if you use that same prompt, it gives you like a generic gotchi. And then I was like, well, put a diamond on the ghost's forehead. It just couldn't do it. It puts diamonds all in the background and all around it's like the scene, but it just can't figure out that you need to put a diamond on its forehead. Yeah, there's the only way to do it was just like a totally custom model, I think, that we'd have to train it on gotchi data. But yeah, I'm surprised no one has. I'm surprised I'm not seeing a bunch of AI gotchis yet coming in. These tools have been out for a while.
We had a
We
lot
need
of
a
AI
gotchi.
gotchis in the artist summit.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, I mean, people were really ahead of it back then. It was like, that was before fake gotchis. So then by the time fake gotchis came out, everybody was anti-AI. And now we're swinging back the other direction again.
Right.
I haven't talked about AI since fake gotchis because there was so many pitchforks out at that time that I was like, I'm just going to keep my AI experiments to myself. But now it's all out in the open again.
It's like if it's gonna replace other people in your chain of like activities, then we're all for it. But if you're using it in creative ways, then it's like, no, this isn't genuine. So it's like, I don't know. It kind of feels the same to me. Like AI that's doing writing, just because they can do it faster doesn't mean they do it better. So it's the same thing. I think we'll be able to. None of these AIs are at a point where like you can't tell that it's not AI, especially with art.
Well, I would argue against that because look at this Pepinardo piece right here. This is completely his style. It looks almost like an oil painting, but actually he revealed today that he actually used AI enhancements as part of his process. And so it was like a digital painting, but then he fed it into AI, did some enhancements with it, and made it look just a little bit just different than his usual style. And people picked up on that, and he came out today and was like, yeah, I used a little bit of AI in this to like help optimize this work.
Yeah, I don't
Well, I'd say AI enhancement is not the same as an AI, like building it from nothing.
I don't think AI completely like rendered things will replace people. You still have to do work to it before and after to get it good. But I think something that's really interesting is we're in this age where they say that people spend more of their time learning how to do things and not actually doing things. And AI lowers that barrier to entry where you don't have to spend as much time learning because you can get a lot more done quickly. But if you're one of those people who's not actually doing things, then it's not going to help you get there because, you're not doing things.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, I totally agree with the low effort AI stuff. I think it's becoming obvious when something is made by AI is low effort. But I think AI is also being recognized as a tool, even by well-known artists like Pepinardo in this space. So, I'm not against AI. I think AI is a tool to use, but there's definitely low effort AI art, and maybe someone needs to make like a, like an AI curator. That would be cool.
The thing I did discover about Aavegotchis is we confirmed that they are apparently made of cheese.
I saw that. That is so awesome.
Well,
Goat
my
cheese.
question is, what kind of cheese? What kind of cheese is it?
Gut cheese.
Goat
Yeah,
cheese.
Got cheese, yeah, I like that. There's definitely it's probably a cheese that's high in saturated fat. It's probably really bad for you, but tastes great. A lot of protein in there.
Yeah,
I love,
goat cheese.
Yeah. I love learning the different aesthetics from Midjourney. It's fun to do that when you use the describe feature. I'd heard of like ghost core and like queen core and all these different cores, but then it's almost like it's making them up. Like pink core, this Timoi core, and then it keeps giving me this artist, Pratik Kachabwa. Like every time I do an Aavegotchi, it's like this is the style, Pratik Kachabwa, and I'm like, no, it's not. But it's it keeps using this like random artist and saying it's an Aavegotchi style. Like the style of Aavegotchi is that. Very, gotta wonder what's going on there, going on under the hood.
Those are some really cool ones there. Make abandoned pants. Wizard Gotchi. Gotchi wizard.
Yeah, those are pretty interesting.
Yeah,
Again,
like you said.
It's collaterals, tough.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty
Yes.
cool though. Those are pretty eerie looking.
Yeah, I've seen this one where you can sketch something out on a either paper pad or iPad, and then you can scan it into this AI model, and it will make a 3D rendered version of what you've drawn. So that's something I want to still experiment with. I think it was called, I have it here. I think it was called AI Pencil. Yeah, can't find it. But there's lots out there. So I guess what do we have coming up here in the Gotchiverse in the next couple weeks? Do we have some alpha, some big news, things you guys might be thinking about dropping? I know you were holding back on the alpha earlier, but I'm gonna try and ask.
Yeah, we did drop a bit earlier. So the breadcrumbs are something that is definitely being planned, and there'll be even more coming with that feature. But that's something I'm pretty excited about. Just being able to drop Alchemica wherever you want with just like a single click. And also the proto-licks are definitely going to be coming to Citadel. Not too much longer for that.
Yeah, that's gonna be exciting from a live streaming perspective.
Will you be dropping different levels of proto-licks, or we're gonna see the ones that the current pricing that we see for the proto-lick?
I saw the conversation about the Alchemica contest, like the spending contest, and there was like a request to do like a super OP one. So I think we're down. If that's something that people think would be good for you want to spend Alchemica on that for the contest and battle it out, I think that could be pretty interesting. So it might just be like a bigger version of what we have. Because it does take quite a bit of art to generate a new one. But if we want to go big, we could do Protolick V2. Yeah.
Yeah, the only downside with that that I saw in that chat was that people were like, like big players can basically set up a proto lick like the V2, gather all their players, release it, destroy it, and then get all the Alchemica, or like 90%, whatever it is, that's distributed from once a proto lick dies.
Yeah, I mean, they can. There's still 10% being spent, though.
Yeah, that's just true. It's just it could potentially like mess up the board, the actual leaderboard, because then it's like, you know, people are colluding to not really spend other than that 10%, but they're locking in the value of the full 100%.
Yeah, it would make it hard, like, to have. It'd be difficult to compete on the Alchemica, like the farming side against that. Kind of like what we saw with NFT displays. Once those were live, people were basically just buying NFT displays. But I mean, I discussed with Mark about maybe having like 2 tracks. You could have a farming track and kind of a non-farming track, which could be a little bit interesting. If we wanted to, if we're worried about people not wanting to spend on farming, it could be interesting to have 2 tracks. But I mean, at the end of the day, really all we're trying to do is get Alchemica spent. So do we need to have the 2 tracks?
I mean, honestly, I prefer like I'd rather 1 track and we incentivize non-yield bearing asset.
Exactly.
Yeah, burn. So yeah, protolix, decos, tiles. If you want to do it for the farming, because you are going to get a yield from that investment, then that's fine. But the multiplier should be, I mean, in my opinion, towards non-yield bearing stuff, so that we get people like basically a mosaic tile, but mixed in with like farming as in the competition as well. Because then I think we'll, I don't know how whales feel about it, but I think people are still going to participate in the competition. We're just not going to be creating new emissions, or as much emissions as if it was just farming.
Yeah,
Plus action in the Citadel. Like let's get some fighting in the Citadel. Like protolix, we're gonna eventually have to stave off a great battle, right? So we're gonna need to practice.
That's right.
Yeah, I think it would be pretty fun to have like massive, super powerful protolix in the Citadel at the same time as the spending contest. Because like it could be pretty chaotic in there, pretty fun. People will summon them, and then like you're not going to be able to kill one of these mega licks by yourself. So you're going to have to get a group of like 10, 15 people together to try and kill it, which is good. Like that's what we want.
Yeah, I will say we were talking earlier about infinity keys and how a lot of attentions come from that. But I will say, like, I've been on some guild calls for other games with Orium, and when I mentioned Aavegotchi, people have mentioned the competition on Gotchi miners because there's prizes, and other guilds outside of the Aavegotchi native ones have actually looked at it. So I think anything like that where, our rental market's on full display. You don't need to own the assets. You can jump into our arena and fight it out against the mega lick. Like, it's just great content. Like, it really will be great content, in my opinion.
Yeah, even to cover it, like you said, from a streamer's perspective, that would be really interesting. I'd like to...
Is that going to be a topic for discussion tomorrow, the spending contest? I know it's been... there's a good thread on it. It's got quite a bit of discussion, seems like. But is there a
no, no, I haven't. Yeah, I can tell you what's going to be on the... We got a pretty packed schedule tomorrow, actually.
Part of the, I guess, because is the kinship burn mechanic, did that move into core prop yet or no?
I think the sig prop is passed. I don't know if the core prop is officially up yet.
Yeah,
actually, what's his name?
Al?
Flex might have done it. He might have put it up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I don't remember seeing it, but like, I'm not going to be on stage for that, but like, we should definitely talk about that because it's going to go through the core prop process without us actually having a formal conversation about it in a DAO meeting. Like, we've had the forum, which has been kind of like hotly contested to some degree, but I think we should at least have one conversation, even if it's only 10 minutes, just to kind of air it out and get it on record.
I agree. Here.
Yeah, and then there's another issue that has come up within the director's chat regarding KYC of recipients. Like, I don't want to go into big details, but as the foundation is issuing funds, we have to start being considerate of where these funds are going to and who they're going to. So we have to be on top of making sure. We're trying to figure out, like, I guess, like, where that process is supposed to start, who's responsible for it. Like, is it a DAO initiative? Because if we send funds to people in sanctioned countries, that can lead to, like, real legal issues for the foundation.
Very bad.
Yeah, so this conversation has just started. It doesn't have to happen this week, but, like, you know, I don't know if anybody else from the directors is here, so it doesn't have to be tomorrow, like I said, but definitely something to consider.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you were gonna go over the agenda for tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm
Good for
about
everyone
to
here on the
paste
call
it
to
in
hear.
right now.
Nice. Oh, Tamagotchi's making it rain.
This is what I got. We're doing a proposal review, and then ZombieShepherd and Z5 with their DAO Media discussion proposal, and then Rickage and Arc4 on Aavegotchi Mechanica. That's their proposal on making essentially an Aavegotchi like gardening / farming skill. DAO Lens, that's not going to be 20 minutes, so that's probably where we could discuss. I'll just add this in. We'll discuss the proposal in the future you were just talking about. We'll add a slot there just to discuss that. And then I haven't confirmed this yet, but maybe Mike and Jay with the DAO Treasury dashboard, but we could also swap that out and just discuss the spending competition. Might shuffle a couple things around, but that's the general agenda. But yeah, from now on, if you would like to come up, if you've had significant discussion on your post, definitely reach out to me, because I'm going to be putting these together beforehand for the I'll call, making sure everybody has slot to sign. So, yeah.
Deadline for when they need to reach out.
Yeah.
Is it Friday or something?
Friday, yeah. By Friday night, reach out to me. Anything past Friday, you know, is gonna get pushed to the next week. So, yeah. If you have a SIG prop out, like what No Future's saying, I think that's worth adding there as well. That if there's SIG props that haven't been covered, we should prioritize that. Make sure we're at least having conversations about them before they even get to SIG prop. But if they are a SIG prop, they should be discussed. So yeah, that's what we got for tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah, these people did come out and reach out to me too. So again, if you got significant discussion in your forums, and you're like, it's about time we discuss this at the DAO forum, or sorry, at the Sunday call, reach out to me, and you know, I can look through the forum posts and we can discuss it, and if it feels about right, to discuss at the DAO meetings, then we can bring it up. But if it's a fairly new topic, then I might just say, you know, I might need to discuss it a bit more. But I'm going to be trying to curate these a bit more, because there's been a lot of discussion within the DAO, which is good. There's been a lot of action within the DAO, that's awesome. But at the same time, I find these calls can get congested with a lot of things that maybe aren't even ready for discussion. So. And the DAO Lens is going to be interesting too, because I think DAO Lens will provide a lot of solutions that you know, that we would really benefit from as a DAO.
What's the next step is we'll be kind of running through that. Are you going to run through that on the call? Kind of show how we can use it?
Yeah, I'm gonna make it fairly brief and quick because there is a hour and a half recording showing all the features and everything, so people can look at that. So I'm not gonna waste too much time on that. I'm just gonna show the DAO the most relevant feature, which I think is aggregating all the snapshot proposals and being able to discuss the proposals within DAO Lens, and also being able to pull information from the Discord weekly and getting summaries also from Discourse and Discord combined. So it's a way to keep both and actually kind of connect them together in a way. And so those are the two biggest features I see, but they also have modules that can turn on and off. And, you know, if we want to add other things later, we can, but those are, yeah, like Koba says here, gatekeeping plus AI and, you know, a way to distribute XP to gotchas. So,
Oh, I like that.
yeah, they actually have solutions for distributing XP automatically without gotchas.
That's really neat. Yeah, we've been looking into the solution using like a Merkle tree for that, and basically have it ready to go. It's just gonna cost. It's quite cost. Not, I wouldn't say it's expensive, but it's just like it's a lot of setup, and it'll end up costing. The only way to do it is to have the cost be borne by the gotchi owner. But we were trying to find a more efficient way to do it, but it ended up being basically one gotchi, one airdrop kind of thing. And
it's funny you say that, but the founder's background, I believe, is in Merkle trees and Merkle science, and that he's kind of that's one of his things he was talking about earlier. So
yeah, that's gonna be cool to see. I thought we found like a pretty efficient way to do it, but unfortunately it was per gotchi, so like every gotchi would be included in the Merkle tree. What we wanted to do, and maybe quick brainstorm here and see what everyone thinks. The original idea was that the proposal would have each voter would basically be included in the Merkle tree, and the gotchis that voter owned at the time of the snapshot would basically be the ones that would receive XP, which makes sense. It's like, okay, at that snapshot, Hefe had 20 gotchis, and so those are the 20 gotchis that are going to receive XP from that vote, which makes sense. But it's like, what happens if at some point, like Hefe, when the snapshot was created, in that time he transferred a bunch of gotchis to, or he sold some gotchis, and someone else bought them, and then that person owns the gotchi, but they're like, well, where do I go to claim XP for my gotchi? Do I have to go? I go to the Merkle tree and I look up my gotchi, and it says, oh, you have to claim XP for Hefe. It's like, because Hefe owns the gotchi. And so that's basically what we're kind of worried that someone with a lot of gotchis might sell some gotchis on the bazaar, just like normal trading activity. And then someone with only one gotchi would pick it up, and to claim the XP for that gotchi, they'd actually have to claim all of the gotchis from that original wallet with all the gotchis. So it could end up being, it wouldn't be like a huge cost, but it would be kind of a weird UX. It's like, why should I have to go claim all the XP for gotchis that I don't even own, just because that person that should be claiming them didn't, maybe they're too busy, maybe they didn't go and claim the XP, I don't know. So it's not a massive issue, but we thought it would be a better UX in the end if it's just like, whatever you gotchis you own, you claim for those gotchis. But yeah, it's definitely less efficient to do it that way, which is the problem.
So ideally, you'd want to address each gotchi on an individual kind of unit basis, but right now it's done by address, right? So whatever gotchis are in that wallet at that time, they receive that XP.
Yeah, and you can claim for anyone. It's not as, so you don't have to be, I don't have to be you to claim your gotchi's XP. So it is set up kind of like, so that's kind of nice. It's just that if I only have one gotchi and you have 20, you haven't claimed XP for your gotchis, but I want to claim XP for my gotchi that I bought from you, then I have to basically claim for all of your gotchis. I'm overpaying because I don't. you might have a lot of gotchis. You might have 500 gotchis, and I'd be like, well, I have to pay 3 Matic or whatever to claim
To get it from my
all the
one gotchi.
Yeah. So it's like, why am I? Yeah, exactly. Why am I could either wait for you because I'm like, well, he's got 500 gotchis. He's probably gonna claim pretty soon. Maybe I don't need to claim. I'll just wait, which is also an option. But yeah, it's not amazing UX. It's a little bit tricky. So the best way is to just have it per gotchi, one claim, one gotchi. But that's definitely more writing and stuff to the blockchain. There's a lot more activity that has to happen for that.
Make abandoned hands is asking.
No, not really. I mean, we're not going to do that. It's not that important.
To some people it is.
Right, but it's not like a protocol level change that we would want to do to prevent transfers. So, I'm curious what you guys think. Is it? We wanted to get this out. It's just we're kind of stressing over this UX issue because the feature is generally ready. It's just the UX to implement it is a bit questionable.
The gas cost too. Like that could be.
Well, that's what I mean. Like you might have one gotchi that you bought from someone that has 500, and you're just like, oh, let me go claim my XP, and it's like that'll be 4 Matic. You're like, why am I paying 4 Matic to claim XP for 1 gotchi? And my friend over here, he just paid 0.001 Matic to claim for his gotchi. So it's a bit crazy. People wouldn't really understand what's going on. So that's what we know there's like an XP backlog. We're really hoping to get the system working, and so it'd be super easy for everyone to claim XP, and all the XP would be automated. So every time Snapshot vote finished on Snapshot, it would automatically be added, and you could go basically claim it. All that's pretty much like we've architected that out. It's just this last UX issue. Ricky G says, what if we Snapshot each gotcha? Well, that's what we're talking about. But it just ends up being considerably more cost, I guess, to do it that way. But the upside would be that once we're on Gotchi chain, that probably won't really matter. So it would be a better UX to do it per Gotchi, but it's just a lot of data and a lot of like the Merkle tree for a normal core prop is about 12 megabytes that you have to download on your local client just to like store the proof. So these Merkle trees are pretty sizable.
I got the amended schedule up here for tomorrow. So we got proposal review, ZombieShepherd Z5 media delivery plan, Rickage and Artcore on Aavegotchi Botanica, and then I'll do a quick DAO lens run through just showing the 2 features, and then we can discuss the channeling prop there. And then slot 4 Alchemica spending competition instead of the DAO dashboard, and then we'll do T-Bird's Go Ship again. So, tweaked it a little bit. But these are good. I'll try and do this every Saturday so we can kind of go through the schedule, and if there are any like changes we need to make like that, we can just do it there. Right there so. But yeah, if you got any DAO things you want to talk about, Friday, just get to me by Friday, and we'll get you sorted.
Cool. Is maybe I don't know if Mark is on the call, but does anyone know if they're planning to submit a SIG prop to begin kind of the contest? I know he was kind of targeting end of April for the Alchemica spending contest. If they're going to go for that, we'll need to include that on our next sprint to make sure everything is ready for that.
Okay, I'll reach out to him.
Cool. Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate the work you're doing with the DAO and the DAO lens call. Could you
I'll link it one more time.
Yeah. I'll have a look at that tomorrow. I'm really excited to hear more about it.
Yeah, I think it's gonna take our DAO to the next level, maybe. AI, man, it's powerful. I was kind of blown away with what it was able to do.
I was in a call with someone. They were using a product called Otter.ai. Has anyone used that?
I have not used Otter yet.
I don't know if it works for Discord. Like a lot of these bots don't work in Discord, but it's AI powered. Write notes and summarize meetings 30 times faster. So apparently it writes the notes as you're having the call, and I guess gives like highlights key points. Everything's automated. So I think it's Zoom, Google Meet, and Microsoft Teams.
Okay, yeah, I was just gonna say that because I've been looking at a bunch of those AI tools, like scribe tools. The one challenge I'm seeing right now is nobody is enabled for Discord chat, so or just the live stream in general. You know, you can just dump live stream content in and get your summary out.
Just kind of be like a webhook or something.
But DAO Lens, speaking of that, they actually do in-app translations too. So like if you have documents that you dump into DAO Lens and you're like, I want this in Mandarin, it'll actually translate it in-app into Mandarin. So there's some more language barriers getting knocked down there with AI as well. I also recommend checking this one out real quick before we end off on the call. Opus AI is a world builder. So as you're typing out, it starts building this world. So I'm curious to see if anybody can get close to like a Gotchiverse. I haven't been able to yet, but let's see if we can make it there.
Did you? I was actually. I applied for their access. It's not. You gotta apply for access, right?
Yeah, I have access to it. You have to apply.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Yeah. I applied a couple days ago.
Okay.
For it. Looks cool.
Yeah, I'll try and do a live stream or something. Maybe I'll like live build a world. That'd be fun. Oh yeah, Firefly AI. Awesome. Real quick before we end off here, I know Chair is up here. We are going to be starting the Infinity Keys extravaganza here. Do you want to give us some details, sir?
Oh yes. Just as soon as this is over, head to the Infinity Keys Discord. We will be dropping tons of Alchemica. There will be directions to go to different places from there. So I'll see you all in level 0 voice channel in Infinity Keys. And one note, Hefe, I've had some issues with the stage channel, so we're just going to roll with the punches and do it right in the voice channel.
Okay.
We'll be vigilant with people's microphones. But that's it, folks. The time is upon us. I'm very excited. I hope we don't break the verse.
Drop your guys' Discord link for our 90 friends or 88 friends in here who are going to be making their way over to your server.
Indeed. I'll drop it here in the stage chat, and then I'll drop one in the channel one more time. Just add too much here. General as well. So that's about it, folks. If you've been there before, you know what's about to happen, and it's gonna happen like 10 times bigger than it has before. And otherwise, please do come through. There's 90 people in here. I would love to see all 90 or 86 or so of you in there. We have Alpha to drop. We have Alchemica to drop. We'll see y'all over there.
Cool. Thanks, friends. Great hanging out. See you guys tomorrow on the downfall.
Hell yeah. We're going to keep the live stream going, right, Zombie Shepherd?
I'm gonna kill this one, and we'll start a new one.
Cool. Yeah, sounds good, friends.
Titles and everything, so, yep. See you
Awesome.
at the DAO call, and see everybody in the
Take it easy, friends.
Peace.
Later.
See you, friends.